Lights on the pitch, the crowd starts to roar. Transfers and trades, who's signing for more? Champions rise while the others fall. Drama and goals, we cover it all. The banners wave, the rivalries burn. Injury time with the late game turn. League table shift, who's top of the pack? We've got the scoop, there's no looking back. Now flip the script to the crypto zone. Bitcoin surging, blockchains grown. Altcoins climbing, NFTs sold. Smart contracts written in digital gold. DeFi's rising, wallets secure. Web3's future is bold and pure. Soccer and crypto, we keep you in the loop. Right here each week, the Crypto Corner Kick Scoop. The Crypto Corner Kick Scoop. Crypto Corner Kick Scoop. The Crypto Corner Kick Scoop.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Corner Kick. I'm Katie Randall, and I'm here with my co-host, the one and only Crypto Dan. Dan, you ready for some transfer drama?
Oh, you know it, Katie. This summer window is already wild. I mean, Man United dropping over $60 million on Brian Mbeumo? That's a statement. And they're not even done spending. Kuna's already in, and they're still hunting for a striker. I can't keep up.
Yeah, United's spending is, next level. But Liverpool's not exactly sitting still either. Wirtz for $116 million. Frimpong for almost $30 million. That's a serious midfield and wing upgrade. I always wonder how these clubs juggle all these moving pieces. It's like one domino falls and the whole market shifts.
And don't forget Chelsea. They're still on their youth project. Delap, Estevão, Isugo. I mean, I get the long-term vision, but sometimes I wonder if they're just collecting prospects for the sake of it. Feels like a fantasy draft gone wild.
Totally. And then you've got Rangers over in Scotland, new owners, $20 million injection, and they're targeting Max Aarons and Connor Cody. I mean, that's a big rebuild. Do you think they can actually close the gap with Celtic? Or is this just another maybe next year situation?
I want to believe, but, $20 million is a lot for Scotland, but it's not Premier League money. Still, if they land those targets, maybe they can make a run in Europe. I just hope they don't blow it all on one or two names and end up with no depth.
Yeah, depth is everything. It's funny, all this talk about transfers and pressure reminds me of my own college recruiting days. Okay, obviously not the same money, but the stress? It's real. I remember coaches calling at all hours, scouts in the stands, and you're just a teenager trying to keep your head on straight. I can't even imagine what it's like for these guys with millions on the line and the whole world watching.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I was a D1 basketball guy, and even that was intense. But these footballers, it's a different universe. The pressure, the media, the fans dissecting every move. Sometimes I think we forget they're just people,
Exactly. And like one bad game and suddenly you're a flop. It's brutal. Anyway, I could go on a tangent about that forever, but let's just say I have a lot of empathy for anyone in the transfer spotlight.
Here's a little public service announcement. When we discuss cryptocurrency, we are not providing financial advice. We are not financial advisors, so please do your own research before investing in anything. I hope that we made that clear. All right, let's switch gears to the crypto side because, wow, it's been a regulatory roller coaster lately. Did you see the whole Athena Labs and Baffin thing? That was messy.
Yeah, so Athena Labs finally reached a deal with the German regulator, right? They've got this 42-day redemption plan for USD stablecoin holders. After that, if you're in the EU or EEA, you're basically out of luck. Claims go through their offshore arm. It's wild how fast things can change with these stablecoins.
And it all started because Baffin said they were selling unregistered securities. They froze assets, shut down the website, the whole 9 yards. I mean, it's a reminder that regulation is not just a headline. It can freeze your funds, overnight.
Totally. And then you've got the US with the Genius Act, which just passed the Senate. Now stablecoin issuers have to hold verifiable reserves and get annual audits. That's going to shake up the market, especially for Tether, since they're only partially backed. I heard they might even exit the US if this goes through.
Yeah, and Circle could actually benefit since they're more transparent. But, all this regulation, sometimes it feels like whiplash. I remember my first real run-in with a regulatory freeze. I just started trading, and suddenly one of the exchanges I used got hit with a cease and desist. My funds were locked for weeks. That was the moment I realized you gotta have a risk plan. Diversify, don't keep all your eggs in one basket, and always, always read the fine print. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect now, but I definitely sleep better at night.
Yeah, I think a lot of new investors don't realize how quickly things can go sideways. It's not just about price swings, it's about access, regulation, all that stuff. And speaking of price swings, Bitcoin's been on a tear, over $106, right?
Yeah, it's been consolidating around 105K to 108K, and some analysts are saying we could see a liquidity grab up to 111K. But, with all this volatility, you gotta be careful. The market's bullish, but it's also, super cautious right now. One headline and everything changes.
Exactly. And with all these new rules coming in, it's just another reminder. Do your homework, manage your risk, and don't get too greedy. That's my 2 cents anyway. So let's talk about the tech side for a sec. I was reading this piece by Konstantin Zaitsev from DRPC. He's all about predictive intelligence in blockchain. Basically, the next big leap isn't just about speed. It's about making the infrastructure smart enough to anticipate demand. Like, instead of scrambling when there's a surge, the system just knows. It's kinda wild.
Yeah, I saw that too. The idea is, if you can predict where the traffic's going to be, you can cut down on latency, save money, and make everything smoother for users. It's not just about brute force scaling anymore. It's about being proactive, not reactive. I mean, that's a game changer for Web3 adoption.
Right. And it's not just a tech upgrade, it's about trust. If people don't have to worry about lag or outages, they're way more likely to stick around. I mean, I always say, if you want people to use your app, it has to just work. No one wants to wait around for a transaction to go through, especially when money's on the line.
Exactly. And speaking of money on the line, have you seen what's happening with crypto perpetual futures in the US? Coinbase is getting ready to launch perps for US traders, and the CFTC is actually warming up to the idea. That's a big shift from a couple years ago when they were cracking down hard.
Yeah, and perps are, the heart of the crypto market globally, but US traders haven't really had access. Now, with the CFTC dropping some of their old guidance and letting exchanges self-certify, it feels like the floodgates are about to open. But, perps are risky. You can get, 10x, 20x, even 100x leverage? That's a lot of firepower for retail traders who might not have much experience.
Yeah, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can get liquidated in a heartbeat. Even a 5% move against you at 20x leverage and you're wiped out. It's not for the faint of heart. But, for active traders, it's a tool. Just gotta respect the risk.
It actually reminds me of pitching under pressure. You can throw harder, but if you lose your mechanics, you're toast. Same with leverage. If you don't have discipline, you're just gambling. I always tell people, don't use tools you don't understand. And honestly, sometimes the best play is just sitting on the bench and watching for a bit.
That's good advice. Sometimes the best trade is no trade. And with all this new tech and regulation, there's going to be a lot of noise. Just got to keep your head, stay curious, and don't get caught up in the hype.
All right, I think that's a good place to wrap it up for today. We covered transfers, regulation, and some pretty wild tech shifts. Dan, always a pleasure.
Right back at you, Katie. And thanks to everyone for tuning in. We'll be back soon with more soccer and crypto chaos. Take care, everybody.
See you next time on Crypto Corner Kick. Bye.
Yeah. That's all the action on the pitch for today. Goals and moves, we break it all the way. From the Premier League to the World Cup scene, we got the latest, you know what we mean?
It's a wrap, but don't forget, there's more to come, we're not done yet. Stay tuned to Crypto Corner Kick, where sports and crypto always stick.
Now turning the page to the crypto space. Bitcoin, Ethereum, they set the pace. Stay ahead with all the trends in sight. Crypto's future is looking bright.
It's a wrap, but don't forget, there's more to come, we're not done